So on Friday Night Smackdown, we get Corbin having dog food showers, and yet on Monday nights, we get multiple returns, we get intriguing storylines, build towards, Super Showdown and WrestleMania, and we get stuff that you can actually sink your teeth into as a fan, stuff that you can actually be intrigued by and look forward, going in the future. So tonight's episode of Raw, February 3rd, 2020, pretty good show. Again, Monday Night Raw, the consistency is there. Really enjoying it from that regard because, we all know, Raw for so long was so hard to watch. It was just flat out bad for so long, and now it's gone better, which is great. It's excellent. Monday Night Raw, it's fully watchable. The show tonight, from top to bottom, pretty easy watch, which I'm thankful for. Now tonight we got a bunch of little surprises. NXT people on the show, some returns. Ruby Riott, Rhea Ripley came out to accept and challenge Charlotte Flair. We got furthermore, Angel Garza was on this show. We had some really, really good matches. Angel Garza, Rey Mysterio, the 6-person elimination match, the 3-way to determine who faces Brock at Super Showdown, a bunch of stuff which you can actually be entertained by. On the Blue brand, there's none of that. Here on Raw, there's stuff you can sink your teeth into. So basically, this show, what I'm going to do for the review, because my schedule has changed, no longer am I going to be able to watch the full 3 hours of Raw, which is kind of a blessing because 3 hours of any wrestling show is just too much for weekly TV. But regardless, that being said, this review, I'm mainly going to be talking about going forward, the direction they're going with the storylines, as opposed to reviewing move by move and whatnot, because I really don't have the time for this, due to scheduling and whatnot. But anyway, regardless, so this show, we open the show, Randy Orton, they did very well. So Randy Orton comes out, obviously, last week on Raw, he nearly murdered Edge. He did the concerto with one chair, nearly killed Edge. This week, Orton comes out to loud boos. The crowd was so anti-Orton, it was great. He's doing the heel work so well. Orton gets in the ring, and they basically do... This felt like what happened with Roman Reigns in post-WrestleMania 33 when he retired The Undertaker, so to speak, and the crowd was just booing, not letting him speak. It was like this. The heat for Randy was awesome. Love this opening segment. Eventually, Randy Orton, after being cut off the whole time, just says, "I can't do this," drops the mic, walks off. Perfect heel work, keeping Edge off the show. Orton doesn't need to say very much here, doesn't say anything at all, and you move on. So that was great, perfect opening segment. Lana vs. Liv Morgan again, whatever. Pretty much what they did with this, Lana was doing some terrible acting, faking an injury, and then Liv Morgan just pinned her, so good to see they're not having Lana beat Liv Morgan. They had Lashley and Lana beat Liv Morgan and Rusev, but now we're getting Liv Morgan actually winning, so getting her some wins, that's important. They need to try and build up the women in this division because it's so lacking on Raw. From here, I really like this because Lana vs. Liv Morgan, I'm like, this is crap, why are we watching this again? Then Ruby Riott's music hit, which was great. So Ruby Riott, the fans are chanting for it, it's great to see Ruby Riott back, the Riott Squad kind of thing, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, this was awesome, but Ruby, she teased that she'd get back to Liv Morgan. Ruby just slams her to the ground. Ruby just unloads on Liv, just kicking her and whatnot. This is great. Just great stuff, pretty much. All in all, Ruby Riott being back, that's good. The division needs more women. I would like to see Ruby Riott on SmackDown, probably, because SmackDown needs more women on there. But Raw, starting to resemble a little division, I guess. Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott. Also, obviously, you've got Kabuki Warriors, Charlotte Flair, Becky, all those. So there's actually a little bit of a division building there, so that's kind of cool. From here we go, Drew McIntyre addressing Brock Lesnar. Pretty much, McIntyre thanks the fans and whatnot. Really good stuff. Pretty much, you challenged Brock again, talked about Brock a little bit. Then we had Mojo Rawley come out, and yeah, this bit was whatever. Drew McIntyre beat Mojo Rawley in a minute. Whatever. From here, Charlie Caruso interviews Buddy Murphy and AOP backstage. Buddy says that they're focused on the Monday Night Messiah and that Owens and Joe are not thinking smartly. Rollins, he comes in and they go to get ready for their match. Then Charlie asks Seth Rollins versus Triple Threat match. Rollins says that life isn't funny and that last week he was thrown out of the Rumble, but here he is at the second chance at Brock Lesnar. Whatever. So from here, we go to a 6-man elimination tag match. Owens and the Viking Raiders against Buddy Murphy and the AOP. So Rollins is at ringside. This was done very well. Now, they got the mid-match commercial in, not even mid-match, right away. So from here, we got, nearly 10 minutes of uncut, good action, which is really entertaining. The elimination format really worked. The first guy eliminated was Eric, and it just rolled on from there. From there, it was Owens and Ivar against AOP and Buddy Murphy. Yeah, there's so much action in this match. If you didn't see Raw, go and check this match out. It was really entertaining. The stuff they did here, it was just great to watch. Kevin Owens, AOP, this whole thing, Rollins, AOP, the Messiah, Buddy Murphy, Samoa Joe, Viking Raiders, it all works. I'm entertained by it all. I really enjoy what they're doing, so that's what they did there. Some of the notable spots, Owens sends Murphy inside the ring, and he went for a swanton bomb, but Murphy goes knees up. Murphy then climbed to the top rope, leaps at Owens, but Kevin Owens ducks him. Then he hits a pop-up powerbomb and scores a near fall on him, so Buddy Murphy gets eliminated. From here, Akam's a legal man. He runs at Owens. Akam beats down Owens. Eventually, Owens hits him with a stunner and pins him, so Akam's eliminated. So, Seth Rollins was at ringside selling his shock. Rollins, this Messiah role really fits him. And it's great to see that, I don't know what they'll do at WrestleMania, because they've still got 2 pay-per-views to get through with this storyline. Now, this storyline's been going realistically since December, end of November, so I don't know if they can get this to WrestleMania and what match they'll do at WrestleMania, because I see people talking about a 8-man elimination match where it's Rollins, Murphy, and the AOP against Joe, Owens, Aleister Black, and Rey Mysterio. But can they get through 2 more months of TV and then do that match? I don't know. So anyway, presenting this match, we get some great stuff here. Seth Rollins, he fires up Razor because Razor's the only man left. The big man, he runs in the ring, tries to tackle Owens in the corner, but he hits the ring post. Owens hits a super kick, then knocks down Razor in the corner. A cannonball comes from Owens, then a swanton bomb near fall. Seth, he's really panicking at this point, doesn't want to lose. Fans are chanting for Owens. Owens tries to lift Razor. Seth gets on the apron. Owens swings for Seth and misses. Then he gets hit with a clothesline from Razor, followed by a spine buster. Razor lifts up Owens and hits one more spine buster. 1, 2, 3. So Razor, Akam, Buddy Murphy, AOP, and Murphy, they get the victory here in this 6-man elimination match. Really good stuff. Really good. I'm really enjoying this Monday Night Messiah thing. This whole storyline's better than anything they're doing at the moment. So that being said, from here, backstage, you have stuff talking about the triple threat match, hyping up later on. That was cool. After this, Aleister Black squashed Eric Young. Not much to say about this, it's just, whatever. Aleister Black afterwards says that we've all been told at one point or another who we should be, but he says that he's never believed in that, he'll be who he is, and he'll fight, his fight, so that was cool. And then from here, we move on to the US title, so this whole thing where, Andrade, Humberto Carrillo, Rey Mysterio, that's the kind of storyline they're going for. Then, we get Zelina Vega, and she's coming out alongside Angel Garza. Now this I really like because they're using the Hispanic kind of Espanol talent. Your Humberto Carrillo, Andrade, Rey Mysterio, Angel Garza. So it feels like an actual division in itself that's intertwined and connected. So I'm really liking what they're doing here. Angel Garza comes down, Humberto Carrillo's cousin, which that played up really well. Vega says that Carrillo shouldn't be surprised. So perhaps Angel Garza is feuding with Carrillo because Garza obviously the heel, Carrillo the babyface. So they're playing up that dynamic. That was really good. Pretty much Carrillo slaps Garza after Garza is Garza and Vega are getting into Carrillo's face. They start brawling. Pretty much Garza hits Carrillo with a wing clipper. Garza then tosses Carrillo from the ring, hits a dropkick to the face. Garza slams Carrillo into the steel steps. Vega pulls up the mat. Garza drags Carrillo over and readies for the hammerlock DDT. Rey Mysterio rushes out to aid Humberto Carrillo. So from here, Rey gets in the ring, go to commercial. Afterwards, we get a really good little fun match. Rey Mysterio versus Angel Garza. Matches like this you'll never see on SmackDown. This is good, fun, something to watch, something to sink your teeth into, entertainment. We'd never get that on the Blue brand. So, Rey Mysterio, Angel Garza, it was an entertaining match. It really was. It was fun. It didn't go too long, didn't get too much time, but for what they did, it was entertaining. It was good. Angel Garza, he's hitting his aerial moves. Rey Mysterio, obviously, is great. Pretty much, the match itself, they were never going to have one man or the other win. You had a DQ finish in the end. Pretty much, Angel Garza, he was in control, and then Rey had his little comeback. In the end, Zelina Vega gets involved, and then pretty much Garza hits Rey with a super kick. Garza throws Rey into the ringside barricade with the exposed steel concrete. Garza hits Rey with a hammerlock DDT on the floor, and the ref calls the bell. So, great to see they're getting Angel Garza on Raw. He really deserves this exposure, given that he lost the Cruiserweight Championship to Jordan Devlin. So now it's the perfect opportunity for him. This whole Hispanic kind of US title picture, Angel Garza, Humberto Carrillo, Rey Mysterio, Andrade. I think Angel Garza in this role while Andrade is suspended from the wellness violation. I I think it's the perfect spot for Angel Garza, so that'll be great to see. So that's what they did there. And you moved on to the show. We're getting towards the end here. From here, we go to Charlotte Flair. Now, this was her decision time. This, pretty big segment for the show. It's open the third hour. Pretty much, the way they did this, Charlotte gets in the ring. She says that everyone wants to know who she'll face at WrestleMania. Will she choose Raw and Becky Lynch, SmackDown and Bayley? Charlotte says that she's held the Raw Women's Championship several times. She's beaten Becky too. She's held the SmackDown Women's Championship. She's beaten Bayley. She says that she also has love for NXT, because NXT is a viable third brand, and NXT has love for their queen as well. Charlotte, once again, says that she's held the title 10 times. Whatever, I've got a video coming on this. But the queen then says that she wants the gold still. And out comes Rhea Ripley. She got a great pop when she came out. The NXT champion, the women's champion, NXT champion, whatever. I don't even know what to call a belt anymore, but yeah, so Rhea Ripley comes out, she gets in the ring, fans chanting NXT. She reiterates that Charlotte did win the Women's Royal Rumble, and she gets a challenge for any title she wants at Mania. And then from here, pretty much Rhea says that she hasn't beaten her. And then they do this big face-off like you see on the screen. Rhea raises up the championship, and it's basically made official, essentially. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair. This will be what they'll go for WrestleMania, which I'm going to make a whole separate video about this. There's plenty to talk about. Like, I watched JD from MI's video on how Rhea versus Charlotte, it can be a disaster so easily. If you have Charlotte win, I'm not having my voice there, but if you have Charlotte win, then that makes all the momentum that's gone into Rhea worthless, and Charlotte's a politician, so she probably will win. But if Rhea wins, then, well, God, I mean, that elevates everyone. So Rhea should win, but will Charlotte lose to Rhea when Charlotte didn't want to, get eliminated by Shayna Baszler in the Rumble? It's an interesting little conversation. From here, backstage, we see Lashley. He says that he'll win the WWE Championship and face McIntyre. Yeah, sure, Bob. Sure. No chance in hell. And watching this made me think, wow, Bob Lashley and Rusev, the thing's over. I finally realized that the storyline's done. Because the Liv Morgan thing, that whole Bob Lashley Rusev thing has just led into Lana, Liv Morgan, and now Ruby Riott. So the whole thing's kind of fizzled out, so thank God. From there we went to Natalya versus Asuka. This is them trying to build the women's division with some matches that aren't just Becky Lynch and Charlotte. Big fan of this. Natalya. This is an entertaining little match. Basically, the whole thing with this was that it was pretty much Becky Lynch didn't really have a challenger, so they had this match, and then Becky Lynch was pretty much going to call out whoever won the match, basically. Or, they were going to call Becky out. That's pretty much what they did. The match itself was good. It's worth a watch if you haven't seen it. It was alright. I mean, Natalya, Asuka, we've seen it a few times. It's not one of the matches that we've seen, heaps and heaps. It's not like a Sasha Bayley or and take a pick of these matches. The women's division matches are usually pretty overexposed. This wasn't too bad. Pretty much, Asuka runs at Natalya, but gets caught with a kick. Natty grabs Asuka, but she gets rolled up for a near fall. They exchange pinfall attempts until Natalya drops her with a discus clothesline. Natty then goes for a sharpshooter and locks it in. Asuka crawls and reaches the ropes and falls to the outside. Natalya then goes to the outside and throws Asuka back in the ring. Sane distracts Natty as she re-enters the ring, allowing Asuka to lock in the Asuka lock on Natty, so Natty taps out. Asuka gets the win. Afterwards, Asuka grabs a mic and starts yelling Japanese. She then switches to English and challenges Becky Lynch to the Raw Women's Championship. Out comes Becky Lynch. She comes to the ring, says that after ducking her for a full year, she wants to fight Asuka again. Lynch says that, beating her at the Royal Rumble nearly gave her superpowers. Sure. Yeah, whatever, Becky. I'm so over Becky at this point. And she says that, if she wants to drink from the fountain again, she'll be, fine with it. But she thinks that, why would she pull a championship on the line so close to WrestleMania? Lynch says that because, the only thing more fun than beating her ass once would be beating it twice. So, yeah, I guess that's fine. Whatever. So, we're also going to find out that Charlotte will be on NXT this week to answer Rhea Ripley's challenge, which, given that segment they did, the match is going to be official. There's no need for, will she answer the challenge? Clearly she will. So, from here, we go to Seth Rollins. He comes out, makes his big entrance, and does a promo talking about how, this promo was good. I mean, as far as Rollins promos go, with him as the Messiah, this is one of his better ones. Talking about, Brock Lesnar and defending the title all over the world and how people crucified him for that, but Rollins doesn't hate the fans for that. He says that he wants to thank the fans because they've got him to the place he is today. He says that for something that you cannot begin to understand, it'll be remembered in 100, 20, 10,000 years, that kind of thing. Drew McIntyre won't go to WrestleMania to fight the Beast. He'll go to fight the Monday Night Messiah. Really trying to build up this match. So then we get the main event, which, Rollins versus Ricochet versus Bob Lashley, number one contenders match for the WWE, Championship. This is good. I mean, I don't really care for this. I don't really watch it. I'd be lying if I said I did. Pretty much Owens, AOP, they got heavily involved to cost Rollins the match. So this pretty much left Ricochet and Lashley just about, because Owens just assaulted Akam and Razor and then Rollins with the chair, so I mean, it was what it was. In the end, pretty much Rollins climbs up the top rope, Ricochet kicks him from behind, Ricochet climbs up the second rope, but Lashley knocks him down, and then Seth hits a superplex. Ricochet gets back on top rope, hits a 450 splash, gets the win, so Ricochet wins. Pretty predictable. Who else is you going to have Brock Lesnar face? So, yeah, it was a predictable main event. Ricochet vs. Brock at Saudi Arabia. It's pretty obvious what's going to happen there. Brock will get the win, and then, yeah. So that was Raw, pretty much. But the show itself was good. It was a pretty good Raw. I think from top to bottom, the show, it wasn't incredible, but as far as Raws go, these shows are getting better. They're much more watchable than they were before. Raws like this are while on the road to WrestleMania. They're now, granted, there's stuff they can still fix and polish out, but that'll be done in due course. I think what they're doing now is good. Should they improve the show a bit? Yes. Can some storylines be adjusted a little? Yes, but it's wrestling. It's all opinion-based. I think as a show, it's pretty good. Much better than SmackDown, so yeah, that's the review. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, sub. Anyway, I'm out of here. See ya. Oh, and I forgot the overall grade. I'm giving the show a B. I actually thought it was really watchable, so yeah. B for Raw tonight, February 3rd, 2020. If you didn't see it, worth a watch. Might as well. So yeah, B. That's that. See ya.